It's honestly a shame for Arsenal fans that Arteta ball exists at the exact same time that the bald man continuously dominates the league with Manchester City. And it's probably the best Arsenal squad they've had over the course of the last 2 decades, ever since Arsene Wenger's Invincibles team and shortly after that. But they still haven't won anything really that noteworthy with Arteta, and especially not the league. And I think it's driving Mikel Arteta absolutely insane. This man is going off the walls now, and he's been known for his theatrics in the past, his motivational speeches in the locker room, and I'm a sucker for a good motivational speech, okay? And I think we've learned from movies that if you give an emotional enough motivational speech, that your team is invincible. They just cannot lose. It's almost like they have plot armor, right? Well, I just don't think that I had in mind pulling a light bulb,
because a ball by himself is not
a light bulb out of your bag.
A team that is connected with each other and that shines, and you want to transmit to him.
How many of these players do you think is holding back a laugh right now? I know damn well he is, and I respect Arteta for trying, but you know, it's just not doing it for me. But who am I to judge Mikel Arteta for his motivational tactics? Because he's one of the best managers in the world. He took a pretty average Arsenal team and made them elite again. And this team has obviously made huge strides since he came into the club. So whatever he's doing is working, even if he has fallen slightly short in the league and Champions League so far. He's definitely made big improvements with this team. But this light bulb, it's not the first or the last time he's used a weird prop as a motivational piece or as a way to build the culture for his players. And this one that I'm about to show you is my favorite. In fact, I think that all clubs need to adopt this. What he did was he went out and got a club dog, all right? And he named the dog Win, because everybody loves winning. And since everybody loves winning, in turn, since win needs lots of love, everybody will love win. That's the logic he used for it. And I think this is awesome, because if I'm getting battered and I just went down 3-0 before halftime and I walk into the locker room to a chocolate lab who's just needs pets, my mood is boosted. I am happier if I see a dog in the locker room or around the club. I think this is brilliant. I think every club that wants to see success needs a club family dog. That's exactly what a club needs. So a dog, I think, is a dub. I think that's a 10 out of 10 idea. This one, on the other hand, he used an olive tree to use as a metaphor for how the club's roots need to be nurtured. And so a 150-year-old olive tree needs to be watered. It needs to be taken care of. And you need to acknowledge the roots of the olive tree, just like you need to acknowledge the roots of the club. I give this one a 6 out of 10. It's not the worst. It makes sense to an extent, but bringing an olive tree, an actual olive tree, into a press conference is weird. It is a lot. It is quite a bit. So with that being said, I can get behind, honestly, all of them. Light bulb, I'll give a 5 out of 10. Olive tree, 6 out of 10. Dog, 10 out of 10. This next one that he just did, I gotta give a 1 out of 10. It is batshit insane. It is the craziest thing I have seen a manager do. But to be honest, if it works out and Arsenal end up winning the league this year, we are going to look back at this moment. You are going to clown on me. You are going to say, what do you know about football? Obviously, negative ball knowledge. Because Arteta knows what he's doing out here, okay? Arteta is using tactics to build not only these players' IQ on the pitch, but their awareness off of it as well. I don't know if it's to prepare them for an away day in Paris, but what he did was he hired a bunch of professional pickpocketers, and at a club dinner, he had them pickpocket the Arsenal players. This man has lost his goddamn mind. I mean, this is the craziest tactic I've ever seen a coach use to teach their club or players anything. It is insane. I think Pep Guardiola has broken this man. Mikel Arteta is gone, and he is left with a shell of a man who is determined to do anything and stop at no ends to win the league this year, okay? Mikel Arteta is on demon hours. If it means that your wallet is gone if you check your shoulder a couple more times, Jorginho, so be it. You'll be checking your shoulder in the hotel lobby of an away day now. All right, Kai Havertz, you better buy 3 locks for your hotel room door because Mikel Arteta just hired the boogeyman to come cuddle with you because he read online that it reduces 20% stress when somebody else is in your bed the night before a game. So you better watch out. This guy is absolutely insane. And I'm really excited to see how this translates to the pitch this season, Mikel Arteta, because even though my keys are gone, I am absolutely ready to die for you out there on the pitch. So they have actually made a couple of moves, but to be honest, I think Arsenal are coming out pretty similar to how they did last year. Riccardo Calafiori, after his campaign with Italy in Euros, has Calafiori and the hype around him being the next Paolo Maldini. He is a center back. He can also play fullback, but he's going to be a nice addition, a little bit of depth for Arsenal as well. And Kieran Tierney is returning from loan. We'll see if he integrates back into the Arsenal team or gets sent out back on loan like Nuno Tavares was. Tavares is going back to Lazio, so he's going to not be part of the team, and they also sold Emil Smith-Rowe, who wasn't really getting any minutes for them, and he got 32 million euros for it. So honestly, that is some good business from Arsenal. They haven't spent a ton, 76 million. They have made 30 million. That's all from Emil Smith-Rowe, which is an overall balance of 45 million in the whole, which honestly isn't terrible for a Premier League club. We know how much money that they have from TV rights, so it makes sense. And to be honest, they've spent quite a bit less than a lot of the other top 6 clubs. And to be honest, they still look pretty strong. If you take a look at their potential roster starting this season, it's pretty similar to what we saw last year. David Raya, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, Declan Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, Havertz. I mean, it's very, very evident that Arteta trusts his guys and that they're going to continue building on this. And to be honest, I respect it because of the fact that we've talked about how lots of clubs, Chelsea, have bought so many different players for every single position that there is a ridiculous amount of competition to get in any minutes or even get onto the roster. And so you have studs who are sitting on the bench, and it kind of makes you look dumb when you have such absolute studs on the bench that you're not using. And so you're pressured to put them in. But when you do that, then the starters lose a little bit of respect for you because they think that they should stay on. They're still playing well. And it begins to have a little bit of this toxic environment that you see from big clubs like Chelsea and Manchester United, and that's why they haven't been able to really get any footing. Every single time they go through a rough patch, their manager gets sacked, and then they have to start all over again. And Arteta didn't really have a great first season with Arsenal, and they stuck by him. They said, you know what? We're going to give you time to develop the squad you want, build this chemistry, and see if you can actually get something going, and he has. And this is why I think Arteta is doing that exact same method with his players. Just because they're finishing second in the league or getting knocked out a little earlier in Champions League than they'd like, it doesn't mean that the formula is wrong. It just means that they might just need to tweak it a little bit rather than completely rework the entire club again. But let me know down in the comments, do you think that this pickpocketing tactic is going to be what gets them over the line this season to win a big trophy? Don't forget to subscribe. I need to hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel so that we can unlock monetization. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one.